Wassup YouTube, PokePrimer here, ready to deliver you our team builder for week 1 of the PFL Major Leagues here on the channel. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here, and this week we are taking on Donald, and I have no idea what his team name is. Not a clue what the team name is. Not a clue what the team name is. I hope that this will tell me. Hope this will tell me what his team name was, because I have no fucking clue. The Milwaukee Bats. The Milwaukee Bats. Nice and simple. He couldn't pick the Zubat, he couldn't pick the Golbat, he couldn't pick the Crobat, so he just took all 3 in 1. Pretty legit. But, his team. It's kind of scary. Seems kind of scary. He is rocking with Gothitelle, Slowbro, Umbreon, Cloyster, Ditto, Malamar, Gallade of the Mega variety, Zapdos, Slurpuff, Typhlosion, and Trevenant. So, a couple things I want to look at on his team. First of all, hazard removal-wise, potential rapid spin Cloyster, I think, is a thing. Not really too worried about that. Defog Zapdos is there, so that's still a very prominent threat. Decent-sized ghost and bug weakness, so I can definitely take advantage of that in the team building. He also does not have a ground type, so I'm free to Volt Switch against his team, which is really good. The biggest threat, though, for sure, is the Gothitelle. That thing can trap stuff and wear it down, and that's a really huge threat. So I want to be able to counter that with just about every mon on my team. I want to be able to either escape or beat it 1v1 in some fashion. So first off, I want to introduce y'all to Raiden, the Mega Manectric, ladies and gentlemen. Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Signal Beam, and Hidden Power Ice. Standard move set. We're running the Signal Beam so we can hit the Gothitelle, super effective. As well as the Malamar, 4 times effective, just in case that thing decides to show its ugly face. We are running 164 speed plus a timid nature. Now, why are we running this specific speed investment? Why? 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 Well, if you'll give me 30 seconds, I'll tell you exactly why. We're going to go ahead and boot up my nice, powerful phone. We're going to run this quick calculator. I'm going to type in a few numbers. Yes, that is why. Because Scarfed Timid Gothitelle, hits 192 speed. So this way we outspeed a Scarfed Gothitelle by 1 point. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. This is extremely important, because being faster than Gothitelle means it cannot trap me and harm me or do anything terrible to me, because I can outspeed and just Volt Switch out. So I take no damage from Gothitelle every time Gothitelle tries to trap Raiden, which is great. Gothitelle does not harm me at all. The rest of my moves are just there for damage. HP Ice is there. More so that I can hit the Zapdos super effective, and the Trevenant as well. The Trevenant can kind of just sit in front of this set of Manectric pretty easily, so I needed something that can hit that thing hard as well, so HP Ice it is. The next mon we have is our counter to a Shell Smashing Cloyster, being Shell Shock the Blastoise, rocking 244 HP, 116 defense, bold nature, and 148 special defense. So very mixed defensive set. We're holding the red card because this is our switch into Cloyster. Cloyster comes in, we switch in Blastoise immediately. If the Cloyster goes for a Shell Smash, we will be in there, and we're guaranteed to live any hit. Guarantee live a hit. Icicle Spear, we live. Rock Blast, we live. Even if it's like Adamant Life Orb at +2, we live any hit from any attack that Cloyster throws out at us. And with the red card, as long as we live a move, we will in fact 1v1 beat, yes, I did say the word correctly, beat the Cloyster by causing it to switch out. Yes, I don't consider that necessarily beating the Cloyster, I suppose. It's not beating it, but it's removing its Shell Smash. If it had a White Herb, that White Herb will be spent and wasted, and the next time it wants to try to Shell Smash, it will be lowering its defenses, allowing our Mons with priority or our faster Mons to come in and clean it up a little bit. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so Shell Shock is a very good counter to the Shell Smashing of the Cloysters. So yeah. And honestly, Cloyster can't Shell Smash safely against a lot of my team, which is really, really good, because I don't want that thing Shell Smashing at all. So if the Cloyster shows up, we have our way of beating it. Excuse me. But yeah, so Cloyster it is. Cloyster is nothing to us. So yeah, awesome stuff. Yeah, we have Rapid Spin, Signal Beam, Scald, and Mirror Coat. Again, Signal Beam for the Malamar, but also to super effectively hit the Gothitelle. Rapid Spin to keep hazards off our side of the field. Scald is there for stab purposes, because I like to fire off stab Scalds, I like to burn things. And we have the Mirror Coat. Mirror Coat is our way of stopping Scarf Gothitelle again. Looking through Gothitelle's moveset, the only moves that I honestly think it could pack that could hit me would be Thunderbolt and Energy Ball. So I am EV'd appropriately with the 148 into Spadef. That will allow us to live those hits very nicely. And we can Mirror Coat the Gothitelle, and that thing's going to take ridiculous levels of damage from that Mirror Coat, leading us to easily be able to beat the Gothitelle 1v1 with our Shell Shock, which is awesome because Shell Shock is probably the one thing on our team that's most liable to be trapped by the Gothitelle. This thing is, it's not the best way to beat it, but it's not the safest way to beat it, but it can beat it in the right scenario, so we're going to see what happens there. Yeah, so there's that. Next up, we have somebody who cannot be trapped by it. That is Excalibur's, the Doublade. Excalibur's is here, rocking the EV Light. No Guard, of course, is the ability. Swords Dance, Iron Head, Shadow Claw, and Shadow Sneak. 244 HP, 252 special defense with a careful nature, and the remainder going into attack. This thing is really, really deadly against Donald's team. Because looking at Donald's team, there isn't really anything that takes this on safely. The only thing that can take this thing on safely is potentially Umbreon. So if he brings Umbreon, we have to wait till that thing's dead before Excalibur's can set up at all. But if that thing doesn't show up, this thing takes on everything pretty safely. Even the Ditto, okay? 1v1 against a Ditto, this thing essentially wins. This thing does beat Ditto 1v1. I can actually set up Sword Dances in front of Ditto's face. If it transforms into me, we set up Sword Dances in its face. Because at most, at neutral, Doublade does 25% to itself. Even at +1, Ditto is at most doing about 50% to us. Which is kind of crazy, because we essentially will beat, 100% beat, the Ditto every single time. Every single time. There's no situation in which the Ditto beats us. So that's awesome. This is one setup sweeper that Ditto does not beat. Just because, and the key thing to it is that we have Eviolite. Ditto does not. Ditto is a Scarf version with our spread, not an Eviolite version with our spread. So it's going to be doing a lot less damage to us than we are to it. So that's another cool thing. So Ditto does not beat Deblade. Keep that in your heads. It's very important information. Okay? But Deblade can honestly set up sword dances against a lot of things, a lot of Pokemon. We can SD in Gothitel's face if we wanted to. We could probably SD in Mega Gallade's face if we really wanted to, if we really had balls. Balls of steel, man. We can set up an SD in Slurpuff's face. We can set up on it. This is our counter to Belly Drum Slurpuff. If Slurpuff wants to try to go for a Belly Drum, this is our switch in. Belly Drum Slurpuff can't touch us. It has to be a mixed variant or a special variant in order to do any damage to us. Because Slurpuff cannot touch us physically, because its main physical moves that it gets, we are immune to most of them and resist the others. So Belly Drum Slurpuff is officially countered just because we have Doublade entirely. So there's that. So yeah, Doublade can set up, and then Iron Head, Shadow Claw, or Shadow Sneak can pretty much nuke most of the team. Either Oko or 2 KO most of Donald's team. So that's really awesome. So Doublade is an amazing Pokemon and a huge threat to our opponent. So yeah. The next mod we are packing this week is Chimpact, rocking the Shed Shell, just in case we are trapped by Scarf Gothitelle. Now this is a really cool set because if it's Scarfed Gothitelle, okay, if it is Scarfed Goth, we can escape with the Shed Shell. If it is not Scarf Goth, we can escape with the U-turn. So this thing cannot be trapped either way. If it's Setup Goth, we escape with U-turn. If it's Shed Shell, if it's Scarf Goth, we can escape with the Shed Shell. Either way, we guaranteed do not get trapped. So that's cool. We're running enough speed to outpace the Typhlosion, which is the second fastest mon on this team. So we can outpace the Typhlosion, we can outpace the Zapdos, so that's cool. We're rocking Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Earthquake, and the U of Turns. Flare Blitz and Close Combat pretty much nuke most of the team. U-Turn allows us to pick up momentum, and Earthquake is there just for coverage, so that is awesome. Next up, we have the Human Scolipede, rocking the Life Orb with the Speed Boost ability. Protect, Mega Horn, Rock Slide, and Swords Dance. If this thing can get up an SD, this thing can sweep the entire team, because after a Speed Boost or two, we will outspeed everything, and we will guaranteed win the match. We are set up right now to outpace a Max Speed Zapdos and Max Speed Typhlosion. And then after a Speed Boost, we will outspeed the Scarf variants and then everything on the team. And then we can just start to whittle down things with Mega Horn and Rock Slide and just win with Scolipede, potentially. Really good mon against his team, so hopefully this will work out as well as I think. So that's awesome. And then the last one we're bringing is Starscream the Staraptor, rocking the Choice Scarf for Reckless, Brave Bird, Double Edge, Close Combat, U-Turn, Standard Moveset, just the jolly-natured version, and overall, I'm looking at his team, and if we whittle down the team a little bit, nothing switches into a Brave Bird, nothing takes a Brave Bird. His team is very Brave Bird weak, and it's going to be really nice.
Okay, knock it off.
So, that's really cool, and that's going to be our team for week 1. Hopefully this will pay off in our favor. I think it will. I have very high hopes for this team. This is, again, like I said, one of the better drafts that we've done. So hopefully we can come out on top. Yeah, so if you guys have enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, I'm PokePrimer, signing off.
What's up, YouTube? PokePrimer here, ready to deliver you our Week 1 battle in the PFL Majors here in Season 4. We are taking on Donald the Milwaukee Bats today. His team that he decided to bring for our match is going to be the Zapdos, Gothitelle, Ditto, Cloyster, Gallade, and Slowbro, as we decided from our team builder to bring the Mega Manectric, our Raiden the Mega Manectric, Shell Shock the Blastoise, Excalibur's the Doublade, Chimpact the Infernape, the Human Scolipede, and Starscream the Staraptor. So without further ado, let us get into this match. We are going to normal speed, play music off, and switch sides. So he's going to lead with his Zapdos. I'm going to lead with my Chimpact. So I am faster right off the bat. I'm just going to go for the U-turn. I know it. I'm okay with going for the U-turn as well, because I know that he's Scarf-Rooney. He's actually going to go for the Hidden Power, which is perfectly fine. It does a decent chunk of damage to Raiden. So it's a smart play on his part to not go for the Electric-type move. I am actually going to Mega Evolve here, just go for the Volt Switch, and I'm just gonna try to pivot around this team. HP Ice it turns out to be, so that's really interesting. So the Starscream gets HP Iced. I'm actually just going to go ahead and try to nuke something here. I click the Double Edge, and it does a lot of damage to the Slowbro. It does a lot of damage. But I can't stay in. I can't stay in. I need to nuke the Zapdos with Starscream later. So I'm going to switch my Manectric into a Psyshock here. I know I can kill it. In comes the Ditto and takes control of my Mega Manectric as I Volt Switch out. And I know that my Scolipede can 1v1 the Mega Manectric here. I'm going to go for Protect as the Ditto is just going to try to Volt Switch out. I am now at +1 Speed-Rooney, so I am a threat to this thing, but somehow it still outspeeds me. Probably because it was Scarfed. Yeah, because it was Scarfed. Which is kind of annoying. I do go for the Mega Horn, though, which absolutely obliterates this Cloyster. Cloyster's so fat. Just to see it get obliterated like that. Now, he's going to have to swap that thing out. He's going to go into the Zapdos. I'm actually going to go for the Rock Slide. I just want to hit the Cloyster for super damage, but I guess it worked really well for hitting the Zapdos, too. So that's cool. So now that thing can't stay in against me. And now in comes the Ditto as the Scolipede. Now, if I had hit that Rock Slide, that Scolipede clone would have died. But now, thanks to the situation, the Scarf and everything, it's able to outspeed me. And now it's going to get Speed Boost. But now I know it's locked into Rock Slide. So that means I can go into Doublade. And I get a free Shadow Claw off. And in comes the Gallade, which gets absolutely destroyed. The Gallade Mega Evolves, but I'm able to go for the Shadow Sneak, and Doublade is going to wipe out the Gallade. Now, Doublade versus Doublade, I know I can take these hits like a champ. I go for a Swords Dance. Now, he's locked in the Shadow Claw, he can't do anything. I go for the Swords Dance, now I go for my own Shadow Claw, and I'm able to take this Cloyster down. Now, in comes the Ditto. It's a +2. But the difference between us is I have an Eviolite. Ditto does not. So my Shadow Claw is actually going to be able to take out the Ditto version of my Doublade as I live their version. Now, I'm going to go for Shadow Claw here again because I know I can do a massive amount of damage to the Slowbro. It's going to scald me and take me out, which is totally okay. I have accepted that fact. I go into Mega Manectric here, and I am just going to go ahead and click the Thunderbolt button. No, the Volt Switch button. Click the Volt Switch button. It's a trap. Yes, it is. I go into my Starscream here, and I want to nuke this thing. So I click the Double Edge button. I do click my Double Edge button, and I'm able to nuke the Zapdos as it comes in on the switch. In comes the Slowbro. It knows it can take that hit from me. I'm just going to go for it anyway. I need this thing damaged, and I do die to my own recoil. She goes here. He goes for the Scald, which is perfectly okay. I go into my Mega Manectric again. I know this thing's going to switch out. I should have gone for the Signal Beam here. I could have Signal Beamed and then Volt Switched. I did just go for the Volt Switch on the switch into the Goth Talon right here. This is where I goofed. Okay? This is kind of where I goofed. Because, first of all, now I see the leftovers. I should have noticed it earlier. When It's a Trap first came in, I should have noticed the leftovers earlier, but I didn't pay enough attention. this is where I really goofed up, because I just put in a Mon against, and now if it was Scarfed, it would have been different. If I hadn't seen Leftovers, then this would have been a fantastic play, because I do have the Mirror Coat on the Blastoise, and I felt good about it. But seeing the Leftovers, this was a horrible play, because I do still have the, I have Chimpact. I could have gone into Chimpact, clicked Flare Blitz or something, and just nuked this thing, but I didn't, and I went into Blastoise, and now I'm trapped. I'm screwed. And the worst possible scenario happens. This thing starts going for Calm Minds. As I went for a Mirror Coat, I wasn't paying attention, and now I see the Leftovers, and I'm like, shit. I go for the Signal Beam. I need to get the Confusion or something. He's just going to continue to Calm Mind. You're going to see a couple turns. I Scald, try to get the burn. I get the burn and everything, and I feel really good. I'm like, alright, that's fine. I can just stall out the burn. Right? Just going to keep Calm Mind, but I can stall out the burn. Single Beam now for super effective damage. You're hoping kind of for a crit, maybe. But no, Calm Minds are just going to keep coming. I'm going to go ahead and Signal Beam again, as the Gothitelle goes for Rest. And that was the turn right there. That was the turn right there that I realized I had pretty much lost this match. This match was essentially gone from me. There was nothing I could do to beat this Goth. I was forced to watch it go to +6. I get one crit with Scald. It's going to go up to +6. I'm like, alright, it's just going to kill me now, right? He is an absolute dickhole here, okay? He goes for Rest when he's barely, he's sitting at like 75%, which is stupid. So he deserved that crit, by the way. I'm just saying, he deserved that crit for the Signal Beam, just saying. But he's just going to keep doing this thing where he rests whenever he wakes up. He's just going to keep resting whenever he wakes up. It's really fucking agitating. It's really fucking stupid. Like, it's actually agitating. Like, he's going to wake up here, and look, he goes to sleep at, like, 95%. Why? Like, you're literally just being a dick. Literally just being a dick. Like, you can kill this Blastoise whenever you choose. Why are you being a dick? So, finally, he decides on this turn when he wakes up, he clicks the Thunderbolt button, and it kills me. I had the red card. If I had somehow magically lived that hit, I would have been able to knock him out of the battle, but it didn't happen. I go into Chimpact here, and I just click Flare Blitz. I just want this thing as damaged as possible. The Psyshock is going to come through and kill Chimpact. And now, we're at the most pivotal turn of the battle. Okay? I literally can't win this match unless I crit this Gothitelle. I can't. There's no way to win this match unless I crit the Gothitelle with this Signal Beam from my Mega Man Electric. So I go for the Signal Beam, and I get the crit. And God, did I feel so horrible, because I felt like I played this entire match really well. I was able to play pretty safe around a lot of his Mons. I didn't really have to predict too much. I was just able to play solidly around them and do a lot of damage to the team and wear it down. I didn't start playing poorly, I feel, until the Gothitelle came in, and then I completely just fell apart with the Goth, and I got in this horrible situation. But now, with the Signal Beam, I was able to take out the Gothitelle with the crit. Only way I would have beat this thing, which really, really sucks. I hate winning by luck, but it was the only way I could win at this point. So, that happened. A huge apology to Donald. Again, I just feel like such trash about the way I won this match. But, what can you do? Yeah, so, that happened, and then at this point, I had the match won. Because Slowbro's going to come in, and I'm just going to be able to click Thunderbolt and kill off the Slowbro. And that is the game right there. Mega Electric is going to allow us to pick up a 1-0 victory here in Week 1 of the PFL Majors due to pure luck. And it still bothers me today, but we're just going to move on with our lives. We have Toasty Week 2, which is going to be a really, really tough match against the Las Vegas Bidoof. But I think that we can definitely pull it out. We have a really, really solidly prepped team for that matchup. So hopefully we can pull through and win. But until then, guys, I'm PokePrimer, signing off.